Good evening and welcome to the Swemp Electronics Football Alliance Division 1. And it's Cup night tonight. 14 matches up for you, I believe. It's going to be some form of goal fest. We've got the league leaders playing a non-league side. We've got non-league sides all over the place. Kvik Halden versus Trumpton. Yes, we've got Premier League sides versus non-league sides, almost all the way down. All the Team GB play Division 1 side in Tromsdalen, and Imagine Madrid have the hardest task of the round up against Vålerenga, which should be a big game. Good evening, Alf. I don't know if you saw my message, but something had to happen to your team tonight based on team selection, so we shall see. Anyways, a quick look on the league table just to remind us of where we're at. That's Norwegian squad. That's not really going to work, is it? If we look at the division, Dalgety Rangers 6 points clear of Trumpton with Really following on, and then very close between the next five teams. Yes, of course. Yes, beginning with Asner and Loco Calaveras, Steel Hawks, Team GB and North Trafford just below. A gap back to Roundhay, 4 points behind Trafford. Then Falaraki, Old Age Ballers, Allenson, Imagine Madrid and Tyneside a point away from each other, all the way down there at the end. Evening to Jim, and evening to Mr. Savage as well. So, bit of a crowd gathering for, of course, the cup nights, which are different, a bit strange, full of goals. In the chat, if you just want to throw in how many goals you think there will be in the 14 matches tonight, that will be a little challenge for you as we go to our opening game, which I'm going to put our opening game on as the Old Age Ballers, because Old Age Ballers were the one team that didn't have a team submitted today. I've just left it as is. We'll just fly through their game and get things started. If I can go to them, it's probably the best way for me to do it, isn't it? If we go to the Old Age Ballers properly and actually try and get their game underway. They play Fredrikstad, and we will just absolutely smash through the game as soon as we take a quick look at who's playing for that other team. Anyone particularly interesting? There's a lovely name of German Borger Hansen. He looks great. Good evening to Chris. How are you doing? Hope you're well. Yeah, Jim's going for 72 goals tonight. 72 goals in 14 games. I'm hoping it's going to be something pretty good like that. Chris, if you want to throw in how many goals you think there'll be tonight, please do. Sebas as well. Sebas. See, it's a bit fishy about this guy. Sebastian Alvarado. Yeah, he's alright for this division. Alf going for 64. That sounds, both of those sound pretty potential. And yeah, I think we'll see plenty. But of course, the big attention goes to the team that, this game's being played at speed because the manager has no team in. Their players will be very tired because I believe there's a league game coming up. Chris going for 69, which I'm sure Steve would make some kind of comment on at this point. As we power through this one, unfortunately Maldini is injured. We just look down. The first person who can play at centre back for this, there's nobody. So the first person who can play in defence is Dennis Irwin, and that's all that's happening down there. Nobody in that team can play in defence. It's on the bench. So Dennis Irwin fills in, and we power through. Remember, not all games can be played like this tonight. If you're here or you've put a team in, then of course the game gets that little bit more time. Of course, it's 3-0 to Old Age Ballers. They scored through Boswell, Bashir, and Lizarazu. They have some players that are looking pretty tired. Paul Gascoigne played 90 minutes, and the next games for all the teams is in just 3 days' time, so they will be slightly tired there. But oh well, that's just where we go with that. Savage being beaten to it. It's Wolfie's team. Yes, Wolfie's team here. Lofferton versus North Trafford. And this is the first cup game that Wolfie will have managed. If we look at Torrens Flo wants a new contract. That's one of the biggest contracts in the division. He's currently being paid that much anyway. missed it. It was that quick. Savage had 96 goals. We had 3 in 1, so you're hoping for in the remaining 13 games, you're hoping for 93 goals. Great stuff. Don't even want to go to training. Taking a look at the team today. Fugelstat back into the lineup. Caradas, who played up front last game, is now playing in defence this time round. See what he can do in that position. And yeah, Magna Hosett getting another game for the team. He's been certainly enjoyed by the managers this time round, and I think we can look forward to how he gets on. The 4 stats for regens, if we have a look there, that regens, you're looking for aggression, balance, bravery, and flair. Now, to look them up, if they exist and they don't have zeros in the editor, then it's easy to check them up by just looking in the editor and find out who's got that kind of thing or something. But obviously, if they do have zeros, they will be different every time. You'll only be able to check them up on that specific game. Alf is going 5-0 to Norsk for this one, and we have a little look at who their opponents are. Lofferton. Well, they've got some odd gear in defence there. Nielsen, who's only played a cup game this season, so they're weakening their team for this one. Roy Arne Johannesson, he's an old guy. He's not the oldest player in the league, though. He's not the oldest player playing tonight. He's a 39. Another Roy. We like Roy. Roy Akram playing there. A fake Jon Inge Hoyland playing for the team there of Inge Holland. And Lasse Stam, the fictional Norwegian there. Let's do this. Lovely stadium there, the Stranda Stadium. Let's do this indeed. Stam there on the bench. Alf noticed it as well. Brilliant. Obviously, I can speak about things a little bit more than they actually happen, but it's good to see people going for things on the chat. We've got Morten Gats Pedersen's looking like he's taking a bit of a knock, so at half time he may need to be replaced. We're just watching things from the viewpoints of the clubs today because, well, if there's only one team playing we're concerned about, then we'll look at their stats. It's still 0-0 is the one thing we can say about this. Solskjaer coming forward, he looks like he's trying to get involved a bit more. He's had 3 shots now, and at half time we are looking still for that opening goal. Jon Inge Hoyland played it in. Solskjaer's missed another one. There's going to be some brief bits of concern there. The fact that they have had chances, 6 chances to the opposition's 2, and it's time to see what substitutes might be needed here. Pedersen was just a bit tired, that's all. Whereas looking at the others there, Hosett also tired, and Erik Fugelstat, their potential knee injury. So, any decisions while I just make sure I get a bit of my lemonade while Wolfie decides on substitutes. Oh, just a nice cloudy lemonade there. Fizzy drinks. Go on, tell us about your favourite fizzy drinks. Mine would be a dandelion and burdock, I think. One of those, or dandelion and burdock would certainly be one of mine. So tell us about your favourite fizzy drinks tonight. Keep me entertained. Switch Solskjaer and Pedersen, and change Pedersen for Carew. We can do that. John Carew coming on. Very, very brave there. 6 for bravery. Wolfie with lemonade. Lovely stuff. That looks like the change there. Lilt. Yes, I used to think that advert said milk. Milk with the totally tropical taste of pineapple and grapefruit. I mean, that would be pretty horrible, wouldn't it? So the second half kicks off, and it is still 0-0. Ralph predicting Carew will score a header. And they're still looking very lively, aren't they, Norsk? But the chances coming for Lofferton. They nearly took advantage. Carew's hit the bar. And we had a yellow card there for Hosett. They've had 3 yellows now. Hosett with a chance, and it's been saved, and it looks like it's a corner. So to look at things here, Anderson and Solskjaer on 6s. Everybody else at 7s and 8s. Fugelstat still carrying that injury. Trond Anderson is just a bit tired. And Solskjaer himself also just a bit worn out at this point. So subs, what will happen here? 2 subs left. And just a reminder to anybody for today, the fixtures, it will go to extra time and penalties tonight if the scores are level. It is not golden goal extra time. Yeah, I do like a lilt. Do they do lilt 0 or do they just do standard lilt? You know, it's got to be. These are the big questions that we've always wanted to know, haven't we? Just waiting for the Wolfmaster to put his sub requests in. And Eric Backer is coming on for Berg. There he goes. Just give me a shout if that's the only sub, or will there be another one? Who knows? It's an interesting lineup, isn't it, that's going on here. 0 versions to leave it. Coca-Cola Zero is good. I've got to say it's an improvement on Diet Coke. It's an improvement, and the cherry version is good. Is there an injury? Yeah, the injury was Fugelstat. It was Fugelstat. We're just waiting to see if you're making your other sub, Wolfie. You've made 2, but you haven't said whether you want me to play on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play on, and if you get into, because obviously I think you must have only been making 1. The chances are still coming in. And there it is. Eric Micklund has scored the opening goal. Eric Micklund scoring after. Chances still couldn't change him for Berg. Right, let's do that. Fugelstat coming off for Berg. There we go. There we are. So with just a few minutes left now, they're 1-0 up. Eric Micklund has scored the 1 goal that we've got. Bakker scores a second. And the assist has come in from Hosett for the only assist so far. So they're going through to the next round. These high goal scoring predictions. We've now got 5 goals in 2 games, and they sail through 16 shots to 8 in the end. The goalkeeper did a fairly good job there. Jon Carlson. Balance and bravery. You know, look at that, 20s. But and a good season so far from him. We didn't see any subs coming on for that team, and Micklund takes man of the match. So Team GB next. It's almost like it knows who's here. And Alf, as your team was submitted, it was a narrow formation. And so what I've had to do is I've had to switch these 2 players out wide. If you would prefer to put your centre backs out wide, or you would prefer to put your strikers out wide, that is fine. I can't change the formation other than that. But if you'd rather me go for the team to have these players out wide and these ones inside, or you know, even this kind of thing, I've got to have 2 players out wide in your team before you kick off the game. So I'll put these back out over here, and you can tell me whether you're doing that. But the lineup has been locked in. But yeah, it's up to you who you're playing out wide. But I've had to do that for league rules. Good win there for Wolfie. He's succeeded. So yeah, just waiting on Alf to decide on what is happening there with the team. In fact, what I'll do is I'll take it through into the match itself. Simon Davies takes a number wise. Yeah, we should just have that. Macker and Davies wide. So I will do that. Just as we go into this game. Here we go. Just looking at the team. So looking at those, Davies is right-footed, McManaman right-footed. I'm going to leave them those sides. A quick check of the Tromsdalen team. Henrik Hanu in there, not Canu. Aragon Applebaum. Aragon Applebaum. What a superb name. And actually, looks like he could be a reasonable player in the lower leagues. We've got Tobias Applebaum in there as well. So, this is a lovely selection of names. Howard Carlson. They don't look too bad, do they, this team? David Lundblad. Oh, I've clicked on the wrong player there. There we go. It is the reserves. Yes, it is indeed. We will get started. I think Aragon Applebaum 3 caps. 3 caps for England. He's come on this season. He's playing international football this season for England. What's happening? It's 1-0 already, and I'm going on the wrong team. It's Michael Owen scoring with an assist from Neil Lennon. So Owen seems to be taking set pieces, like corners and things at the moment, which is, obviously quite fun to see. But it's, the lead is there. Owen's the only player with shots so far. Aragon Applebaum, what is he doing with it? 2 caps for England this season. I'm absolutely puzzled as to what's going on. So we've had a couple more players taking shots. Woodgate has had one. It's still 1-0 as it stands, but they're looking dominant as it is. And I think this game is only going to go one way. Robbie Fowler, Owen and Shearer, they're all seem a bit distant from the match in terms of passing it around. Jonathan Woodgate, Terry Southgate, they've all completed over 40 passes in the first half. Terry and Southgate on 5. In fact, all the back 3 on 5s. They haven't done anything. They've done nothing other than pass the ball. So, let's what can we say? So if we look into things here, Woodgate is probably just a bit tired. Yes, he is tired. And Steve McManaman there is carrying a foot injury. He's not carrying his foot. If you do want to make a change, that's what you've got to worry about there, I suppose. The 5s of the back 3, I wouldn't even worry about that. That's McManaman is taking a bit of a knock. What's it to be? Well, lots of passing. Quick look at the opposition. How are they getting on? Tommy Burterson has been playing fairly well. That's really all there is to say. Unchanged as we head into the next 15 minutes. That's what I like to see, is keeping it simple tonight where possible. League games coming up in 3 days, keep the first teams fresh maybe, as it is. And the attack is still trying to lead to goals. The ball's still on the pitch after 60 minutes. Foul away chances, and they're just keeping the ball on the pitch for quite a while. And there, disallowed Shearer. And I think it was Neil Lennon who had been offside or doing something there. All at 7s and 8s. And it's McManaman and Woodgate there, down a little bit. Simon Davies isn't injured. And Super Goals is not injured either. So your only knock is to McManaman. Woodgate is just tired. Ratings-wise, taking a look at how they've improved. Well, all at 7s and 8s anyway. So as I already mentioned, I think the 5s have all gone from those defenders. Quick thought to what to do here. There's nobody who can play on the left on the bench at all, which is a little bit different. Paul Scholes obviously operated on the left for England a few times in the reign of Sven. Beckham for McManaman. He comes on, and is there going to be another change? Make sure you just let me know if it's play on or it is a second sub or even a third sub to come on. Of course, all 3 subs can be used if the manager so chooses. Hopefully, having the managers on and their games being on first doesn't mean that they disappear from the chat and leave me talking to very, very few people tonight. No more changes there for Alf. It's always nice to have people on cup games. I don't tend to have a co-commentator at this point when there's 14 matches. Otherwise, the show's very long, and David Beckham easily scores the second goal with an assist from Owen. So it looks like Owen's on for man of the match here as it stands. Lennon also on a 9, but very clear that Simon Davies scores, assisted by Robbie Fowler. Wolfie is not going anywhere. Superb. Thank you very much. 3-0 it is, and so that's going to take us to 8 goals for tonight. Will they make it 4? Chances coming in, but nope, not to be. They've had 17 shots to the opposition's 11 on target. Aragon Applebaum got himself a 7. And the star player, of course, the goalkeeper at that point. So comfortable with 70 passes attempted and 3 players there into the 60s, all the back 3 who were just able to pass it around gently. So very nice there. Henrik Hanu, 13 passes, 1 completed. That is absolutely awful. Well played, Alf. Floro versus Roundhay, and Jim, another one who's here tonight. We'll have a quick look at how things are going. Diego Simeone, the 21-year-old, of course, after one mistake on the editing there. Big kid, good evening. Hope you are well, and hope all is well at home. Luis Enrique just wants a new challenge, and the team for today for Roundhay, going for reserves mainly. Nuno keeping his place in goal. Southgate still in defence, but other than that, we see we've got Marco Rosa in the team, and Solskjaer back in midfield with Justin Gourvenek, who has been playing fairly well so far in the little opportunity he's had. Battles was all right in his previous match there. Lennon with a 10, setting a problem. Yeah, he's playing his way in maybe, and it'll be interesting to see how these get on today. Hollaback suspended. I don't think there'll be any worry about that. Harold Shetner refereeing in the match against the Brown Boys of Floro. Do they have any real players? Kai Horperstad's a lovely fake name. There are absolutely no real players. They should be comfortable. Morten Sorensen. Lovely. So, as it gets started, it's 1-0 already, and it's Marco Rosa scoring the early goal. This could be fairly comfortable, but and there it is, Crespo making it 2 just after 10 minutes. Gourvenek and Inzaghi with the assists, marginally less shambolic than usual. That is good news. Pochettino making it 3-0, and he's just passing the ball comfortably, isn't he, as well, during this match. This is looking very, very good for Jim and his boys. Jim, if you're in the chat, just give me a heads up that you'll be there to make your changes. I did see you earlier on, but we shall see if you are still on at this point. It's looking very, very comfortable. 3-0 is at half time. They haven't had to do a lot at all. 6 shots, 3 goals. The Fisker brothers from Elf, Shell and Paul Fisker. That looks lovely to see how they will get on this time around. What we need is some Horperstad brothers. That's what we want, the Horperstad brothers. Any injuries? I don't think so at this point. Keep it going. No. Brilliant. Lovely. Keep it going. No, I'm not on the chat. It's extremely comfortable. No need for any subs. No. Well, they make it 4. It's looking like this is going to be 4 or 5, isn't it? Rather than just stopping at 3. Subs on their way. No need for any subs. It's now you got Rosa there. He is carrying a shin injury, and Niko Kovac is also on a knee injury. So a couple of people you might want to consider keeping safe. Sean Dyche might want to get a bit of a run out for this one. He's very versatile, remember. 6 for Pochettino and Southgate, a 9 for Crespo. He's performing today, which I suppose doesn't always happen, but he's having a decent season, isn't he, for these? May as well go to full time now. It's the reserves. There we are. Okay, we will. And chances Gourvenek coming close to scoring. He's had one chance he has missed, and Crespo it is who scores his second goal and makes it 4. With 15 minutes left, it is looking just as it should have done for this team all the way through. I think they've been now up to 12 goals on the goal count now. In the 4th match, we're up to the 12th goal. So, we're looking at somewhere in the 40s overall tonight. Solskjaer has one disallowed. And, of course, he should be disallowed from this team nowadays. With the theme, Crespo was good in the air. He was good in the hair, good in the goals. It's 4-0 full time. Sanyol also attempted over 60 passes in this game. Floro had a shot from Ivar Knudsen, and it was comfortable, to say the least there. So well done to Jim, sees his team through to the next round. And it is Loco Calaveras versus Eiger. And for this team today, it's again very, very strong. It's very attacking. Zelias just providing a bit of cover if necessary, but it won't be surely. Arca and Arce playing out wide, and look at that attacking three there of Estevez, Denilson, and D'Alessandro. Looks like going for definitely going for some sort of the younger players in the team to play in this one. It'll be interesting. See how they get on. They're playing. Have they got any news there? Yeah, Estevez is just back into training, and he hasn't played for a little while. Perfect match to come back into. Playing against Eiger today with Gulbrandsen refereeing. Let's have a little look at what we've got here. Henning Bakker, Alessandro Flo. It is a team of Henrik Fowler. Our Enger is terrible. Absolutely terrible. Shettle Dyer. Henrik Southgate. There's some superb names for today, but only one real player. And he's probably the worst of the lot. So, into the game we go. It is 0-0. I mean, no, it isn't anymore. Within 10 minutes, Martin Palermo scores and makes it 1-0. And this should just get easier, really, for them over the course of this game. Defences are obviously not playing too well today. I say defences are not playing well because they've got nothing to do. 2-0 there, and Arce was who scored from the attack assist from D'Alessandro and Estevez so far. So again, those attacking mids doing a great job. Looking to make it 3, and Veron it is who smashes one in, making it 3. Lovely stuff. This could be, it's now 4, and it's Arce again. He's on a hat-trick from right back. This will be, it'll be interesting if he can get one. He's on a 7. He's had 3 shots. Veron is on a 10. He's got an assist. He's got a goal. But, poor Arce, they're on a 7. 10 shots, 9 on target. Eiger are terrible. And we know that it's 60-minute changes for these, so I'll just get it ready for the things here. Palermo has scored, so we're looking at 1 sub at 60 minutes, unless there's anything absolutely drastic. David, good evening. Yes, Arce having a good game, but having an average game according to his rating. It is quite strange, I suppose, but that's it. If you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing in your position because there's nothing to do, your rating might just be that little bit lower. I haven't really checked on if a centre-back does loads of good defending but doesn't have a chance to score. Is their rating any good? So I have to have a look at that. Arce's now up to an 8. And the subs, there'll only be the 1 sub. It's Amoroso for Estevez at this point, and that is it, because it hasn't done it. The other sub would have been Ronaldo for Palermo if he has not scored. So, and he has. So, on with the show to see this. So, 4 goals. What we got now? Just 16 in just under 5 games. So, we could be heading towards 50 goals tonight, but I don't think we're going to be anywhere near 96, Mr. Savage. We'll just have to see. Yepes has scored and made it 5-0, and D'Alessandro has 2 assists to go with this now. Arca with one with the referee turning down a penalty, and yes, defenders often get the lowest rating. I suppose if your team isn't battered, look at Veron there. 107 attempted passes, 93 completed. Very, very clear that he is a deserved man of the match on there. Just pulled the strings in the game. Arce did not get a hat-trick, but during their game where they had 14 shots on target, they were untested by the opposition. Lovely, and comfortably through. Crick Halden versus Trumpton, and as ever, Big Kid is setting us new standards of strange formations, and here it is tonight. So something that goes a bit more diagonal, leaves us loaded on the left and leaves the right free, but they're playing against a team who might even not have any players. So we got Zidane captaining the side from left hand side of centre midfield, so totally imbalanced, but hopefully totally entertaining as we go through this match. I'll just check that our arrows are correct and I haven't missed any out. just the 3 arrows for the team. Okay. Looking into the opposition of Kvik Halden, the referee, of course, Magna Tosser. Lovely. The step system, playing 5, 6, 7 and 8 in the team. That's exactly what the kind of thing we need here. I suppose they're a lighter shade of blue though. We've got real players. Thomas Sandham does not seem a goalkeeper. He's playing well this season, but he does not seem a keeper that needs to be worried about. And there's Fikan referee and captain the side. And of course, one of my favourite named Norwegians there, Tam Teen Tran. See how he can do, but he's only on the bench for today, so it's a bit of a shame. And you've got to enjoy Ingvar Seteklev, who, got all the big numbers in all the wrong places. Going to Trumpton, see how they get on. And at the moment, it's looking like it should do with attack from Trumpton. But Penza is missing the goal. Obviously, those stories of his time at Plymouth are certainly circulating at the moment. Tosser books Roy Keane because it's obviously what he said. Milan Petkov scoring the opening goal. Everyone loves Milan Petkov. 1-0, looking good for them at the moment. Big Kid, just let us know if you're still here so that you can make your half-time changes. If you get yourself prepared, then I know I'm waiting for you. Penza missing the target again. 5 shots, 1 on target. 6 shots, 1 on target. He is not having the greatest game of his life here in a game where he should probably have a hat-trick by now. And, anything could happen in this, I suppose. Roy Keane, 6 tackles, 1 successful. A miss there for Kvik Halden, but they did come forward and they did have a chance, and they're having to work hard at times here. And note there that Zinedine Zidane has a potential foot injury as it stands here, and I think that's probably the only injury there is at the moment. Kvik Halden, they had to make a sub of Godberg coming off for Nilsson. They substituted Lervikness for Locker, so they have made 2 of their subs already. They only got 1 left in their locker. Proof again about Shellstrom. Good evening, Ross. Good evening. It's got to be said that Shellstrom did get a hat-trick in the previous cup game, so we'll have to see how he gets on. Penza is he's doing something with his head. Were there any cup shocks last season? There's only been, to my knowledge, 1 cup shock ever, I think, and that was Dangley's in the very, very first Swemp match of all time. Dangley's getting beat 2-0 by a non-league side in Division 2's Cup. So we got Keane off for Parler, and Ray Parler to go up front. And I assume, do you want it to be in balance still, or do you want it centralising? Just let me know about that. Big Kid, I think that's probably something that you might. I don't know whether you want it put in on the left to make it even more left-sided. Oh, let's have a quick bit of my lovely lemonade. I need to be promoting lemonade dark tonight. Jolly good. There will be no shocks if even Wolfie gets a W. W for Wolfie. Winfy. Perfect. There we go. Ray Parler. Described as perfect. We go to 60 minutes, of course, and there's Shellstrom scoring as Ross gives him all the inspiration he needed. He pinned that tweet to the top of his profile and instantly reacted to it. And there we are. Petkov is the only outfield player other than Penza, who's missing every chance he's possibly got, that are on 8 so far. Any condition worries? Still Zidane. Berizzo, no, he's okay. And Ross throwing in his kind words about Kim Shellstrom there, as ever. So we're just waiting to see if there will be any more changes for Trumpton, knowing the cup games are just 3 days before the next round of league fixtures. So it's always important to sort of check ahead and see if it's worth keeping these players on. Keane coming off at half time was probably exactly what was needed in terms of keeping him safe from suspension, keeping him fit for next time round, maybe. Penza on an 8, I'm not quite sure I understand why. He should be doing a lot better than that. Has he been dribbling a lot? He's had 2 dribbles. Zidane's has 5, Shawston 3. Barizzo off for Crespo. And a big arrow. There we go. So he's going to do the Ibrahim Said run there going forward. I think that the please means that his subs are finished. I will take it as that because that's what he tends to do. But I will stop if I need to. Penza's had a shot on target at least, and Crespo it is who's come on and scored the goal. It is 3-0, and his run was just perfect at that point. So he's had another chance. He's put it just over the bar. This is how Said was getting into double figures every season. It's just exactly the kind of thing that you need for a defensive midfielder at times. Jamie Carragher's had a shot. This is just how strange this one is. Penza has 9 shots now, 3 on target. Heinrich 2 headers out of 10. Keane 1 tackle out of 6. There are some interesting stats to go on this. And at 3-0, it is 1 Petkov man of the match with just an 8. Both substitutes, Parler and Crespo, working very well. 21 shots, but 9 on target. Crespo with his lovely work. I think he's just arrived in the box on the end of this one for his goal. Petkov, the ball in towards Crespo. He's in the area, but he's also out wide. And he scored a volley from out wide. That sounds brilliant. It was very good. It was very solid, but the shooting did not quite go to plan, I think. So we go to Vålerenga versus Real Madrid. Chris, give us a shot if you're still here. For this, was he here earlier on? I think he was here. Yes, he was. So let's give us a shout if you're here. And of course, you can make your subs as we go. Richard Dunn thinks the club's underachieving. And Nelka is worried about his reputation. And the team for today is looking at thus. Colaccini gets in for his first start of the season. So it'll be nice to see. In fact, his first time he's been named. We need a 7-0. Yeah, we just haven't had any. Don't get any 7s. Although we have had 2 in Division. Imagine Madrid. Yeah, Imagine Madrid were being 7-1, weren't they, around here the other week? Good, Chris is still here. Just a perfect time in that one. And of course, Steve's side, Sporting Clube de Regionale, they were beaten 7-2 by Megahorse the other week. So, these things can still happen. Colaccini, number 24. And Vålerenga, a big team here, aren't they? Big team. Hayan got Tran, so last time we had Tantin Tran. But to me, Hayan Tran is a good player to have here. Who else have we got here? Morten Harker, Freddy Dos Santos. There are some good players here at Vålerenga. They're going to be one of the more challenging team. Eric Hagen, ex-Wigan Athletic defender. Thanks for that, yeah. Kjetil Rekdal, Norwegian international of many, many caps. He's a player manager of this team at the moment. But yeah, Rekdal was good, especially sort of in the 94 World Cup sort of time. Rune Bjørnstad Hagen as well, the brother of Eric. Of course, you notice that they are twins. Tobias Graham, Super League legend Tobias Graham. See how he can get on from this one. I think that's probably the sort of the key players, although this is the Dinsey club. Look at him go there. Dinsey, he actually looks like probably the best player in their team, and he's got to be a threat here with an 8.29 average rating so far. Michel Dinsey, I think he could be particularly good. Will it be the first shock? Ooh, Alf throwing that out there. We can only imagine Real Madrid. The early start suggests that they are going for it. Imagine Madrid, the Total Football Arena in Oslo. This is the home. It's 1-0 to Luis Saha for Imagine Madrid. The Total Football Arena with Smith scoring and having disallowed. This is the home pitch of Asna's Ajax. Another one disallowed. So they've had 3 times the ball in the net so far, and only one counting from Saha. Colaccini's on a yellow card. We can see that Lampard is a little bit more involved than most others on the ball. Smertine is doing something. And Cafu, it is. It's 3-0. I mean, I missed a goal somewhere. I don't know how I missed a goal. Fowler and Cafu making it 3-0. I think I just started talking randomly about stuff and another goal went in. So 3-0, comfortable. I mean, to say this was probably the hardest challenge of any team in the division. They've taken it very well at half-time, and look at those ratings. Colaccini aside, it absolutely shows that they are well onto it. Cafu, I would suggest, is injured at this point. Yes, potential thigh injury, might need to be replaced, and they've just been totally quelled there, haven't they? 5 for Dinsey. It's not quite working out how you'd expect it to be at this point. So any changes, Chris? Just let us know. I would assume you might want to keep Cafu protected for your league game, but aside from that, there's not much I would be doing, especially not at half time. In this, it was Cafu who's injured. Yeah, Cafu is suffering from potential thigh injury. That's the one. So we'll see if you're going to be doing any changes. And yeah, I mean, Lampard still doing the most successful passes. Oh, what will we have? Let me see what is going on. Can you go to formation? Jeez, it's the cup. I've got 14 matches to do tonight. Cafu off. Want to see who for? It's Mendieta. It's Mendieta, isn't it, in this position? He's the only one who can play in that position. Yeah, he's the only one. If you're keeping the formation the same. What are we on now? We're on match 6 or something. Mendieta, yeah. So we need to be. Oh, my mouse isn't moving up there to do that. Cafu coming off, and Mendieta is coming on. There we are. So the second half kicks off fairly quietly at this point, doesn't it? The chances Mendieta involved there a little bit. Subs coming up now, 60 minutes. There we are. Lampard's up to 10. I don't think I've seen Frank Lampard on a 10 before. This is quite rare. So that's a collector's item there as it stands. Frank Lampard on a 10. Doesn't seem like anyone else is injured, so just check your ratings off here. If you want Lampard's average rating to go up, take him off. But otherwise, it is all lovely. It is all lovely. Any changes for this bit as we go into the last half hour of the match? Just play through. There we go. Just play through. Yeah, keep them going to the end of the match here. And as it stands, 3-0, very comfortable, looking good. Smith takes a yellow card. And I think this is just going to sort of. Hopefully it doesn't fizzle out for Lampard. 5 key passes should keep him on that 10. Yeah, the 10 is a huge surprise there, but all those key passes. Saha's coming off injured. It's Totti or Yordi, I suppose, unless you just want to, chuck someone on for a jokey 5 minutes at the end of the game because you've comfortably won your cup game. Colaccini or whatever. Ooh, well, Cudicini gives him a Ross wants Cudicini. Totti says Chris there. I didn't even think I'd seen that one, to be honest. I think it's just come through to me at the same time as the other one. So, Saha going off. Yeah, I just don't think I've seen Lampard on a 10. Is he going to drop at 90 minutes? It's just typical of him to do that, I suppose. And this, well, it's a 4-0 win. He keeps the 10. He keeps the man of the match. And that is a good result there because they were a top class team compared with anybody else that anyone's going to face tonight. They've done a good job there, and Lampard has done particularly well. Steelhawks up against Mo, just one person. Molam, I imagine it would be. Lads is willing to stay at the club who are underachieving in his opinion. Team for today sees slightly lopsided. We've got Boya, Quintana in those centre midfield positions. Ishizaki and Zubov supporting Murat. It will be interesting to see how they get on today against their opposition of Mo. Thuram selected as captain for the game. And another team playing in that sort of reddy brown colour. Lovely name there of Lars E. Zetterlund Nielsen. Doesn't make him any good, even though his average rating suggests he is pretty useful. Torrey Olsen in goal, 38 years old. Is he a manager or something? Yeah, player manager. The team a lot. Nerd. Oh, it's Rubio Quintana. Time to impress Rolf Lawrenson. Rolf. There's another nerd on the bench. Dan Roger Nerdo. Yes, 25. He's the older brother of the two Nerdolsen, isn't he? Some wonderful names for this one. Torgeir Vastal. Lovely. Lost the first. Oh, yes, I remember this. It does say that he actually lost. Surely it can't happen today. It's only Mo. It's an own goal. It's an own goal which puts Steelhawks 1-0 up. I mean, if there's one way to settle the nerves, get the opposition to score past their own goalkeeper. And they've got some work to do here. Come on, Steelhawks, indeed. Wolfie cheering on David, who took over and looked after Wanderers of Wolverhampton last season. So, yeah, some camaraderie there. Not camaraderie, but it's Kaladze who's done the most passing so far. It's he's looking quite lively from his position. He has had a yellow card. Quintana's had a yellow card at half time, and without having to score a goal of their own, Zetterlund Nielsen, the first player I clicked on there, has scored an own goal. To have a quick check here, the attendance is low, isn't it? Zubov at 74% has a knee injury, and I think that's quite a severe one there. Murat as well on a knee injury. Quintana isn't injured, so you've got two players that you sort of need to be a bit more concerned about. And Lee Bowley's stamina at 8. What's that about? Really weird. Anyway, we shall see what is going on. As is. Well, that surprises me. It does surprise me with the conditions that we're seeing. But we'll see if it works, see if they can hold on, see if it doesn't result in any injuries. Bowyer is a score that's disallowed. And coming up to 60 minutes, and it's a goal there, and it's Rio Ferdinand who scores to make it there. Yeah, I don't know what the Bowyer stamina 8 thing is about. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. I know that the Bowyer here is just a clone that's moved from another club last time out, so it's just something that's just not quite gone right. 68% Zubov, 79% Murat. Obviously Bowyer there on his 82, but with low stamina. Any changes to go ahead here? It is just going to be, see how it goes. Let's see, Scholes for Murat. and Palacios for Zubov. There we go. 2-0. Half an hour left. They're through. There's no way back. We know that at this point when you're 2-0 up against the team. And that far down, it's just not going to happen, is it? So Steelhawks are just playing out the minutes and looking to see if they can get another. And there it is, Quintana scoring the goal. Mr. Rubiel getting the one that he needed to boost himself this season. 3-0, 10 minutes to go. Kaladze has had 3 shots, but he's missed them all. But, he's not there to score goals. He's there to showboat and things, as it looks like it, with 14 tackles, 9-1. Having a great game. Man of the match, though, in the end went to Ashley Cole from absolutely nowhere. How did Mo get on? Well, Anders Opdahl played himself to an 8, which is not bad at all, considering the team were beaten comfortably. A few 7s, and the match stats show 17 shots, 9 on target for Steelhawks, and the 1 shot for Mo came from Torgeir Fastall. Oh, there are 3 Nerdals, of course, yeah. Are these? Aren't they? They're not related, or they're or they've just got the year of birth in there anyway. Comfortable there, Steelhawks, lovely stuff. Really playing against Elgord. Wants a new contract. Terry West. He has offered such. Viduka just wants to be transfer listed, of course. We've had that this season. We had a look through team for today. It looks solid, doesn't it? All the way through, we've got those centre mids looking sharp. Vieira is, he's going to find it fairly straightforward against these, and we'll see how Van Nistelrooy gets on against a team that really don't match up to his ability here. As we have a look, Stein, Cetra Pedersen refereeing. Kevin Sherrick, I've seen him before. I don't think he's an England international by any means on this one, is he? Robert Tveit, lovely name. Einar Fjeldheim, another Thomas Tveit here. So 18-year-old, 20-year-old, lovely names there. Hjortvik, Arthur Idland, Diddley, Illy. There we are. 20s for teamwork and work rate. Important, good team player. Really putting a weakened team out. Skjold Lima. Well, great. There's some lovely names involved, and that's always what I like to have a look at times. So really, going for it. There is, teams that are playing full strength tonight, they are just kind of causing themselves issues going forward for the league games, which is just in 3 days' time. Van Nistelrooy's had 4 shots already in the first 10 minutes and scored 1. I'll have to see how many he can get to by the end of this match. Is he just going to calm down? He's had another chance though. 5 shots, 5 on target. David Dunn scoring to make it 2-0, and Hasselbank's had a chance. So already every single shot's been on target, and 6 players have had attempts to go. Hasselbank's missed one. I don't know if I missed that. Van Nistelrooy's now missed a chance, but they're getting lots and lots of chances in just the first half here. And it's another goal for Van Nistelrooy, and Hasselbank has missed another shot. This is just absolutely dominant. Absolutely dominant. But it's only 3-0. And so far we look at 5 being our biggest score of the day so far. And the chances are a little bit more sparse compared to where they were. But this is looking very, very solid indeed at this point. 18 shots, 15 on target. Really, they have 60 minute subs planned, I believe. But I will just check that off into my work here for Matt. This is at 60 minutes. The changes, so we just have a quick look at the opposition. The goalkeeper, no wonder Fjeldheim is on an 8. He's only conceded 3 from this absolute barrage Hasselbank with a chance. He's hit another one on target at least. Yeah, it's definitely calming down, and that's not what you want when you were having so many shots and not scoring them. It's certainly could have done with being a bit improved. So at 60 minutes, it's Kewell for Scholes or Giggs. Well, nobody has any condition issues here. Right? He started off lower to Giggs anyway. So Scholes is on a 7. So Kewell, I know that when it comes to this, Kewell is usually the playmaker there. And Dyer for Dunn or Veron. Dunn's on a 9 and Veron's on a 9. Dunn's scored. So that's going to be Veron withdrawn. It's probably the right position for Dyer, to be honest, of those two. So can anything come of this last half hour? In terms of more goals, Kewell it is who scores, making it 4-0. And it is absolutely easy as you like here. Van Nistelrooy is winning almost every header he's having. He hasn't had a shot this half, though. Really calmed down a bit. And it's just a stroll. Kewell scores his second. Hasselbank has 2 assists. Veron had 2 assists. 5-0. It is full time. And yeah, 21 shots. They really slowed down, didn't they? Really slowed down. Goalkeeper ended up on a 7 after conceding 2 more out of barely any shots in the second half. Comfortable. Not drinking too much. Regular exercise at the gym 3 days a week. Anyone know the song? Nesta wants a new contract. He will get a new contract, $3,500 a week. Milevsky would also like a new contract, purely because Nesta does. And there we are. So Dalgety Rangers, with the leading team in the league so far, have gone for a change of strategy here. Van Nistelrooy isn't even selected, despite being clearly the best striker in the league. Nikiforenko is on the bench as well today. So they've gone for an altered lineup for today. It will be interesting to see just quite how easy it is still for these. And just to have a look, there hasn't been yeah, that's all good. Okoronkwo getting into the lineup. He's not been in quite as much this season. At the back there, Milevsky. So it'll be good to see how those two can get on together in that position. They're playing Elverum today, and Elverum, Lizarazu captain, by the way. Elverum, they have some real players. The goalkeeper is not looking particularly strong, is he there? So Freddie Nicolaisen is horrendous. Augustrand, they are not a good team. They are by no means. Helga Hartz. Yeah, I mean, this could be any sort of number of goals, and go for it. These. So, Wolfie had a call while on YouTube. Well, you know what you need. What you need, Wolfie, is to put it on Do Not Disturb. And there's a goal. Pavel Mrozek scoring on his debut. Alf going 7-0. He's wanting a 7-0. It's 2-0 already. Mrozek, there he is with 2. From his, it's not a bad debut at all. Is it a penalty? Milevsky scores as well. 3-0. It's, this could be, if there's going to be a 7, if there's going to be a 7, it's going to be this game. And Milevsky scoring a second penalty. Well, it's not bad for him today, is it at all? Half time. 4-0. Just a quick check of the fitness here. Zauri. You might see you sneak through. Foot injury there for Zauri. Do you want to withdraw him at half time, knowing you've got a league game coming up, or are you happy to let him go for a little bit? He's only 88%. Not too much concern. First half, his stats there: 9 shots, 8 on target. The opposition not doing a thing, and showing that they are awful. Well, although awful are another team, of course. We know that. It's a team against his dad as manager. So leave him on. Yeah. So we'll be looking, I suppose, at the usual things from Ross here for 60-minute sixes potentially, but it does have a chance to change things how they go, of course. Well, it's been a quiet start to the second half, hasn't it? And Broadstreet there on a 10. Other things, he's now down to 85%. He's not injured. He's just there. It's not even that bad condition at all, is it really? Ratings wise, that's where we are. That's where we are in terms of everything else. It's been very quiet. The players are all making some passes. They're not having to do too much work at all. Any changes, Ross, at this point? Nicky Franco just come on and liven up the game, or do you want to keep his average rating high? It's one of those questions, isn't it, that need to be dealt with in the internal monologue of the manager. Yeah, players not having to do much work at all, are they? Okaronko for Kivu, so he is going to be withdrawn at the usual if they're on a 6 at this time. Just let us know if you want another change. We can action that one, or just say, get back on with it. It's all grand. They've been horrendous. They've been absolutely terrible. Tom Arger is on to get the team cooking, but he's not a real player. Crespo off for Frey. Yeah. There we are. Lovely to see that one. That change coming through. Crespo off for Sebastian Frey, who last season found himself playing as a very, very competent defensive midfielder at Trupton. I'll carry on. If another thing comes through, then I'll action it at some point when I see it. But I think at this point that was probably the two changes. Elverum looking a bit more lively, looking like they want to come through and have a shot, but the ball goes on the go and Brocek nearly scores. And there it is, a debut hat trick for Pavel Brocek. Assists have come in from has a keeper ever scored in Swemp? Yes, yeah. It was Alex Manninger has scored. I think Keem scored a penalty for Stackington last season as well. I think he did score a penalty against. It wasn't against Steve, was it? Anyway, yeah, he did score a penalty that Keem toward the end of the season. But Manninger scored in open play. Robin with a 10, Brocek with a 10, man of the match, comfortable, 6-0. Agahawa, I don't even know how I missed the Agahawa goal. 78 minutes. I think I got distracted by the other bit. 6-0, lovely stuff. Through to the next round, and absolutely dominant. And the goalkeeper there, look at this, a couple of fours. Yeah, deserved. Arsenal's Ajax up against Vida reset, of course. Andy van der Meijden would like a new contract, £450 a week. And Patrick Kluivert would also like a new contract, and he wants, £17,000. Changes for today, we see quite a few. The back four are all revised. Kivu moves out to one side. Marcio Santos moves across to the other side of the centre backs with Elise coming in. And Boubacar Yakubu, Lord rest his soul. Yes, he's there at right back. Aaron Winter comes in. Winter has had limited chances in the team this season. It's good to see him in there. And Lippmann and Kluivert up front. It was against Mr. Savage for OTs, wasn't it, last season? Yes, Kim has done that indeed. Martin Rusa is on the bench for the first time this season as well. He's a player that I've got to admit he's a decent player. Decent player for me. I would be having him in this team as well. He's going to sit number 11 shirt. He's the last player in the team, so he might as well have number 11. Vida for their team got Steiner Osterbo in goal. He's played very well, but he's not very good. Endra Tangen, lovely, tall, lame, 16-year-old there, so he's quite possibly a regen of somebody, but won't be a regen of any good. Henning Sagmund Moan, like Knut Hammer Larsen. Yes, we've seen him. That's Knut, his name there. Titus Collins. Could you imagine a Bramble and David Collins? Then, of course, on the bench there, Evan Evanson, who again is another regen. It's coming into here. Tommy Odegaard. Great. Evan Klinkenberg. Yes, he's got to be one of the best names in this team. Anyway, we get started. We go to Asna from Lassegrass in Stavanger, where Viking play. It's 1-0, and it's Jari Litmanen early into this one, scoring with an assist from Sunday Elise. Litmanen having another chance to score as well, just slightly after that. Kluivert's hit the post, 2 shots off target for him as it stands here. And Kluivert's missed another one. He's missed 3 chances in the first 20 minutes. You just got a feeling his first shot on target is going to go in. Seedorf with a shot. He's looking a bit lively this game. A yellow card there for one of the Vidar players. Making you yawn. Am I boring? Or, I mean, I'll take compliments like that. It's the chance is still coming in. Rafael van der Vaart with a chance, but he's missed the target. A lot of people have had shots. Litmanen has one. Kluivert's missed 4 out of 4. Winter's put 1 wide. Really, the chances they need a second to just think, if this opposition come forward and put one in, we're into some trouble here. Kluivert has managed to play the first half without having a shot on target. I sound tired. No, I'm just I'm not tired. I'm just still recovering slightly from being ill earlier this week, but I am good. I am comfortable, and it's just when you try to talk fast and on your own to nobody. Well, not to nobody, but with nobody. It is a different commentary experience. Just not too keen on the sound of my own voice sometimes. Litmanen, at this point, hand injury. There are no sub plans for Asna, so we will pop into 60 minutes as they go along here. He's signed the Vidar keeper. He's on a 9 here at Österbo, isn't he? And that's why he's only conceded 12 shots on target. I knew there were a lot of shots, but he's having a good game, isn't he? And he's conceded 6 in 10.5 games, including probably as many shots as he's faced from everybody else, all in one go here. That's absolutely fair point there. He's doing a great job, isn't he? And it'll be if transfers happen, I'll be like, yeah, absolutely, take him away, play him in your first team. Yeah, it's a great goalkeeping performance. Everyone will be looking for him on the game, and it turned out he's totally wasn't Klinkenberg in hello. Someone with more experience of that programme might be able to tell you if there was at least a name that was vaguely like it. Everybody needs the Vidar keeper. Yeah, but I suppose it would be Norwegian. Well, everyone's Norwegian in the league, of course. But so let's have a little look. Yeah, Litmanen is going to be withdrawn at this point to protect. And so looking at who should come on, we'll have a look at the scoring record. See, Mida has 1. Bakajolu's got 3, and he's probably going to be the key target here. And Ibrahimovic has none. Martin Rusa can play up front, but not as well, can he? So Bakajolu is just going to go up front and do a job, because he's just the man that they need. Has Ronald de Boer got an injury as well? No, he hasn't. Let's push on and look at that. Limit is 7 shots, 7 on target. Big newbie. You come second in your match to a team in the thing. You've not been on yet. Not been on. 2-0 it is, and Bakajolo it is, who scored just after coming on. He's looking superb this season, isn't he? He scored again. He's got 5 goals, and he's barely played this season. That is his 4th sub appearance, 2 starts, 4 sub appearances, and now 5 goals. He's an inspired player, and obviously the work of Kivu and Van der Vaart have set him up for goals. Can he get himself a hat-trick before the end of this game? Nope, but that is, look at this, Abubakar Yakubu, man of the match. In defence, I'm not sure I understand. 4 key passes and 5 tackles is good, but was he the best? Was he that much? The two fullbacks, the best players on the pitch. Anyway, Bakajolu, of course, getting a 9 as well. Scared to be the laughing stock of the cup round. Because the last time you were taken to extra time, that's quite possibly the situation there. So 18 shots on target, 29 shots in total. Clinker off in a low. Yeah, well, I don't know. See, my favourite comedies at the moment are still Friday Night Dinner, Still Game, Father Ted, and Count Arthur Strong. If you've not watched Count Arthur Strong, that is superb. Get yourself watching that programme. Very, very comfortable for Aston's Ajax. Through to the next round. Of course, there we are. Big Noopy's team ready for this. We've got 1, 2, 3 games to go. Doing well for timings, to be honest, considering that he still wants to do challenge, considering there have been 11 matches so far. Colonel von Klinkerhoffen. I have heard Hello was good, but I've never really, I think, because I'm not really into sort of like, I like Dad's Army, but because I wasn't into some other programs, I was like, I'm not bothered about war-y things and whatever, and I think that's why I just wasn't really interested. Anyway, the formation here, Locomotive Boston inspired. 3 at the back, 4 defensive mids, and you're playing against Draven, who are a non-league side who I don't even know if they've got any real players at all. We'll have a little look and see how they get on. But hoping for better than last time we played in the Cup, of course, which was sneaking through against Falk in the 99th minute after a red card for Shettle Anderson. It did not really go quite to plan. How many goals have we on so far? I've lost count. It will be somewhere in the region of about 35, but I'm not sure. Really not sure. So Alison Draven, that wasn't a yawn, by the way. That was an intake of breath. Look, we've got Paul Seaman here. He's again. He looks a regen of somebody, but I can't tell if he is or not. Another Nerdal, but not a real one this time. Matthias Cole, Bjarne dos Santos, Petter Dale. Oh, lovely stuff here. And only the one real player. Well, 2 real players. The goalkeeper of Torreson. I don't think anyone will be after signing him at the end of today. So there's a goal already, and it's Yakubu scoring early on, and 2-0 with Jakob H. Yule scoring. Yule is just absolutely dominant in the cup, isn't he? And it's a goal for D'Alessandro, 3-0. This is an inspired start, and the manager turning up at 4-0, Jakob Larsen. So this is boosting the goal tally, isn't it? Mike Savage is hoping this will be about 60 to at least get him close to his prediction of how many goals he went for tonight. 4-0. They have no worries whatsoever about their cup performance today. You hope. No, it's done. It's done and dusted. Not many non-league teams have scored. In fact, have any non-league teams scored? I don't think so. Wolfie going 5-4. Jacob Burns, there he is, Jacob Burns, and don't think we'll have extra time. No, not likely at this point. D'Alessandro with potential thigh injury. Do you want to protect him for the weekend game that's only 3 days away? That'd be my question here about will he be doing so. We'll have a quick check as I pop back to the drink again. Get some more lovely lemonade. Lemonade, please. Name the reference from TV. At least we have a good Father Ted fan there in Wolfosaurus. Play through to 90 unless an injury. So basically, I'm just going to play through the rest of this game. I'm not going to stop at 60 minutes. And if somebody has to come off, then they have to come off. Fair dues. Well, this is exciting, isn't it? Oh, there we are. It's 5. I thought it was just going to die out there. Jacob Burns, it is scoring the goal. Yeah, it's nice and comfortable. Hansen's hit the bar for Draven though, and they are trying to come forward and score, which is certainly more than most of the other non-league sides had done. 6-5. It's, look at Holovko there, 13 attempted 15 attempted headers and only 4 successful ones. The British Empire, I didn't see a lot of the British Empire. Well, that's pretty good, yeah. Colin from the British Empire. His son was in my English class at school. Decent lad, very funny. And come on, Captain Rex, clean sheet. Gets a clean sheet from having 1 shot against him. A 4 for Torresen. He's not great there. Draven, probably one of the worst teams we've come across today. But Allenson needed that for the big boost to them. Tyneside versus Endalsness. Rob Lee, his reputation affected by the poor league position. Really? Wow. So Rob, new contract, but he thinks that all this stuff is going on. And Boomsong's disappointed as well. The one change to the squad today is that Matt Viduka is on the bench. He will come on later on. But that's what we've got. Giant runs a Babayaro and Dyer as they face Endalsness, who today, look at that Tyneside, Shuttle Tyneside in the pitch here. Ola Doug Ostigard, Eric Brecken his legs. He's a non-playing. He's assistant manager. He looks alright, doesn't he? He's good for a lower league team there, Eric Brecken. He's going to be unlikely to leave a club where he's an assistant manager, I suppose. Rudy running. Morton Pritzhain. Some great names we've got on here. Tommy Langmo. Lovely. And I can just click on these names forever because they're all just class. There we go. Let's get started on this game. Stephen Carr. Oh no, wait, hang on, he's one of the players in this team. We go on to 6, 8, 10 minutes nearly now. Can they get themselves a goal? They've had a shot. It was Colaccini off target. It's Chancer Endalsness. Oh, it's not Endalsness, it's Ondalsness. I thought it was a different accent on there. It looked a bit different with a smaller font. It's Ondalsness. The Thin Blue Line. Oh, yes, Inspector Grimm. A quality character. Obviously, Inspector Fowler was pretty good. So it's 2-0. It's Solano and Bowie. I didn't even notice the first one. I saw the Thin Blue Line. I was more interested in that one at that point. Yeah, Thin Blue Line was absolute quality. I've got both series on DVD, but they are on BritBox, I think, at the moment. And we're working my way through those again, especially the Christmas one. Because that'll be coming up, won't it? It'll be on there by now. Father Ted's Christmas special, of course, very, very good. Friday night dinner Christmas special, which obviously sounds a bit of a kind of a how do they have a Christmas special? But it is, it's great. Game over, you'd imagine so at this point. And they've not played well, have they? They've not played well at all. Heading on to the next part, we'll just be looking at getting Viduka onto the pitch at 60 minutes, I think. 2-0 it is. Shearer's had a quiet game. I don't think he'll be staying on the pitch. And we head towards the sub time. Shearer's had a shot there. It didn't go in. And the subs, 59, that will do. Shearer's on a 9. But we're not changing the shape. And Dan has requested that Viduka gets himself onto the pitch at some point. Everyone else is looking alright, just playing to the end of the game. I will just check Dan's instructions, to be honest, see if there was anything else. He definitely put something in here. Like for like subs where needed. Yeah, where needed. Escape from Pretoria. I've not seen that at all. Same comedic value as the Thin Blue Line. Alright. That's interesting. No Christmas special in Downing Street. Escape from Pretoria. Right, no, not even heard of that, to be honest, but I have to have a little look into that, see how that goes. If it's kind of similar to the Thin Blue Line in humour, it's got to be good. Oh, yes, yeah. Is that... I'm trying to think. It's 3-0, Constable Habib, isn't it? But, it's from around there. I knew she was from Accrington. Solano in with 2 goals, which is great to see Nobby Solano getting amongst the goals for today. Can they make it 4 before the end of the game? Maybe. It's she's from Church, isn't she? That's where she's from. You recognise that, Mina Anwar? Yeah, fantastic. 52 years old now. 52 years old. She's in her 20s in the Thin Blue Line. Hoity-toity. Oh, just the Inspector Grim giant moans that he did. Great programme. So yeah, Tyneside 3-0 winners. Solano getting a couple of goals to boost his average rating up somewhat. Absolutely necessary. Steve turns up at this point. There's a 1 match left, or 2 matches left. Yeah, Tyneside have won a game. Yes, they have. Not the same comedic. Oh, not the same comedic. I thought he sounded like a weird thing to be comedy. Oh, imagine that. I was like, I think it doesn't sound funny. How have they made this funny? No, they haven't. Not. Try to be cultured tonight. I can't be cultured. Oh, there is a good film. Persepolis is a good film. I watched that many years ago when I was a teaching assistant. Went with a group of Year 11 English students to go and watch something called Persepolis, an animated thing about Iranian oppression and whatever. That was quite good. Yeah. Anyway, 3-0, comfortable. Fold made his way up to an 8 by the end of this game, and I said he wasn't very good, but he played alright. This is the last game. David Hay, whatever he's called there, the great actor. Yeah, he was good in My Boy Jack, and that was again with Harry Potter in there as well. I remember watching that one. That was pretty good. So the appeal for David Seaman, it was a harsh card, so we appealed that one, but it didn't come through. Looking into the team today, Ian Walker's made his way to the subs bench for the first time this season, and for the rest of them, it's Steve Howie's back in for the cup. It's generally the cup team that's been playing. Gascoigne will be coming on at some point. So let's see how they get on here. Ian Walker, what's the clarification on his future? He's part of the squad, of course. Tallness, not Tolly, up into this game. Bright yellow, of course. Lovely to see Björn Heidenstrom playing there. CM 97-98 legend in the team today. They played in the cup last time against a team in this league. Make this 7. You're not going to beat Tallness 7-0. Not with who we've got here. Yeah, there, Kurt Sem. Lovely. But yeah, it's all about Heidenstrom, isn't it? Yeah, Christopher Arse as well. I remember I've actually got screenshots of those 2 players on my Twitter page. It's just obviously the names are just tremendous. Oh yes, we've got Roxanne Ramsey joining the chat, chucking in random words. Lovely stuff. Right, good evening, Roxanne. You don't have to put on the red light. 1-0 to Tallness. It's Wolfie. Let's get started on that Vastek. It's Vasiliuk or Vaschuk. One of the two. Steve Howie had put the ball in the net, but it did not count. And Darren Anderton comes off, and I'm just going to check the instructions on the substitutes here about what happens, because I know that there are planned substitutes to be happening at some point from these Champignon instructions. Gascoigne and Redknapp to be brought on for Le Tissier and Anderton. So I think Redknapp will be getting the longer period of this game. He'll be getting the longer period of this game. So he will go there and he will do... Ooh, not like that. Not like that. He will do that at this point. Anderton going off 24% after just 7 minutes into the game. Well, yeah, they'd be a bit sad about losing him at this point, but yeah, it's not the best start for these. Yellow card for Dennis Wise on a foul on Haydenstrom by the look of it. Romsdal missed their target for tallness. They're attacking, and it's 1-0 though. Teddy Sheringham gets the goal, eases a few nerves at least. At least conceding a goal will not put them in a position where they can be dropping out. Redknapp's missed the target. And there's Le Tissier scoring as well. It's 2-0. And I don't think now Dennis Wise has scored a third that there's any problems whatsoever. But it didn't look great at one point. They'll be going through to 60 minutes for substitutes. Haydenstrom's there on a 6. I would imagine we're going to see Ars getting him out at some point. Don't know why I'm clicking on that one. I meant to be clicking here. 8 shots on target so far. 3-2. You might need 4. And it means it's 4. And Teddy Sheringham it is who has scored to make it a very, very comfortable 4-0 scoreline. Subs are on their way when the ball goes out. Le Tissier with a chance there. Have a look here. So arrows up to Sheringham. Arrows up to Sheringham. Oh, I'm going to keep it where they are. They're just send it to the bits there rather than up to Sheringham. But then I'm just going to leave them there actually. Yeah. So Le Tissier is now going to come off. And that's Gascoigne to be coming on. And let's see if there is anything else in terms of any desperate changes. No, there aren't. So Gascoigne has a lot of running to do after coming onto the pitch. He's still in his 10, so we might be able to be alright. Bottom of the pile. Yes, Alf. Yes, Alf. Great stuff. Love it. And Jason Wilcox, it is 5-0. All the heroes scoring goals today. 5-0. Tremendously. Anderton had a shot and went off injured. That's all he did, Wolfie. That's all he did. Ince has taken a yellow card. Gascoigne played the ball in. It's still 5-0. And it's going to end at 5. Declaring there, Jason Wilcox's 10 was not enough because Teddy Sheringham got one as well. And I suppose he did edge the man of the match. Rhymes there, or whatever you want to call them. Yeah, comfortable. Great stuff for Falaraki. It did look at one point that they were going to be under some pressure. Torgeir Rugtvedt is the key player for the opposition for this game. We did not get to see Ars come out. So, lovely stuff. Falaraki win. 14 matches. Let's run through the goals as we go along. So we had 6 for Dalgety. That's 11 after Allinson and 15 from Roundhay. Trumpton 18, Loco 23, 25 with North Trafford, 28 Steelhawks, 31 after the Old Age Ballers, 36 from Really, 39 at Team GB, 44 at Falaraki, 47 and 50 goals. 50 goals scored today. Well, that's not bad, is it? 14 matches, 50 goals. Just over 3 a game, and obviously being lowered by North Trafford, only scoring 2. Wolfie. Ralphos. Yes, Ralphos there. They used to have an Albert Cole in their squad. There he is, Albert Cole. But I enjoy Marino Ramberg at that team as well. Who else has been going through anyway? We've got Iscade have made it through to the next round. I'm sure someone's managing them at the moment in a challenge. I'd read that. Some more out. Nord are through, but Stord are out, so we won't be seeing those two face each other. The old Olympic, Winter Olympics there, Lillehammer have made it through. A hat trick there. Asna, we need to show you your things. Always call you Mr. Square. I'm sure Steve says your name was Tom. Probably call you that, but I like calling you Mr. Square. Mandos Macaratena, they're through, beating Oslo Ost. We just have a quick look here. And Littmanen came off because he was a bit tired, so I brought on Bako Jolu for you, and he scored yet again. Yes, Mike, it was 50 goals. 50 goals tonight it was. The goal total, not 96. So Bako Jolu now has 2 starts, 4 sub appearances, and 5 goals. Looking absolutely solid start. 1-5-0 as well. I just want to see if it takes it through to the cup draw at this point before I leave. Lots of things here. Solano's a bit injured. I don't think anyone was sent off tonight. Anderson's a dead leg. Or a dead body. 3 months out for somebody there from Oldridge Ballers. There was an injury for them, wasn't there? At one point, here we go, the draw for the next round of the Cup. Last 32. You'd expect the teams to now start facing each other. Who knows? And it's time, after a quick little drink here, to bring in, just for Big Noopy, the one and only Graham Symington.
Thank you for having me today. This is the cup draw for the 3rd round of the Norwegian Cup, sponsored by Swemp Electronics. Imagine you're Madrid. Can you imagine who they're playing? They're playing Steel Hawks, so it's time to get the teapot out, or whatever they say. Trumpton Vice squad will play Tyside, and obviously they'll win that one. Round A, look at all these teams from our division playing each other here early on. We'll play the old age ballers who are not old. Haugesund will play Real E No Chance, and I think that's the case for Haugesund in this round. Nord, wonder which direction they're playing in, will play Norsk Wolfingtons. Bergebeneren, that's quite a name, will play Alanson FC. Shell's Arse, Lucky Shell, will play Orsale. Oh, it's the Battle of the Arses in this one. Harstad will play Team Great Britain. Eidsvoll Turn. That sounds like a bit different to a 3-point-1. It seems like it's taken 5 more. We'll play Lawrence Cog. Asna's Ajax will play Start. Blindheim, the home for the blind, will play Skate. Lillehammer will play Dala. Hod, they play against Mandos Dalgety Rangers will play Loco Calaveras. Mighty game. Grindfall will play Orn Horton. And finally, LF Lateral Flow Hunnefoss will play Falaraki 96ers. And that concludes the draw for the Swemp Electronics Football Alliance Norwegian Cup, with the matches to be played on Wednesday the 5th of June, which comes after one more league game they play in the Cup next week. Fantastic stuff.
Thank you very much, Graham. Always a pleasure have you on the show there. But yeah, just looking at the fixtures as we have here from just look at the Old Age Ballers as an example. We go to the league and then we come straight back into the cup next week and schedule for the cup for the rest of the season. That's the league. Look at the cup. And we see that, these games really close together, and it goes to the 3rd of July. But I don't know if there's a bit of a gap in the league fixtures as well because of the World Cup. Is there a gap? So it goes. There's actually a month and a half off. So the next 2 of the next 3 rounds are in the cup again. And if they get a bit shorter at some point, then we may do a round where. Just one, a quick midweek one. Anyway, so fixtures for the league for next week. The probably the last round before Christmas. We will see if it's the last one. There might be 2, but I think this might be the last one coming up. Alison versus Old Age Ballers, big battle there. I'll get your Rangers with a home win against Imaginary Madrid. Valaraki versus Real E, local Calaveras and Trumpton, massive game. North Trafford versus Steelhawks, close to each other in the league. Roundhay and Astlers Ajax, and Tyneside versus Team GB. So thank you very much for everyone for being on tonight. It's livened up my evening, definitely, and I hope that with the fixtures that are coming up in the next week with the cups and things, it'll keep things nice and interesting. How many cup games do we have that night? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 matches that night. Wonderful. Okay. And thank you very much to everyone again, and I'll see you again soon. Good night.